Hello and welcome everybody. I'm Christian from Berlin. We start with a central lick, add an easy left hand for some groove. Then with steps 4 and 5 we add fills and chord changes. So in the end you will really find your soul. If you enjoyed this, if you learned something, please leave a like, helps my channel tremendously. Let's go have fun. Let's start with the central lick, your new soulmate for today. It's this one. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. That is a lick and a riff at the same time, because we are repeating it. Let's have a look at the DNA. Always have a look at the DNA of your mates. Now we have these thirds on top, and they are so important in soul piano. That's why I chose this lick. Let's have a look at the counting. And the thumb is just in between for rhythmic enrichment. I take very easy left hand just for now, just stays on the C as a metronome. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Again. And 4. Give the little G flat a scratch on the head. That's what you do with good friends. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. You want it one more time? Okay, here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Now there's some space left for the lick to continue, and again we have these thirds again. I promise you they are important. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and I'm getting a dry mouth from all the counting. Need some Earl Grey. So we just dip between the C and the F in the following fashion. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. Now the toughest part always is to get a lick with syncopations over a bass and syncopations. We have to find the anchor points. Where do they meet? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and, oh, by chance we are lucky, the C is always the offbeat that meets with the syncopation in the left hand. Proof: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and this is already quite a nice riff, actually. If you choose any rhythm, I choose the most simple one. What is it? It's probably too fast. You see, there was 120. It's too fast. You can play it much slower, but just proof of concept, it already sounds great. Now, even more so creeps into your playing if you can play a little bit loosely, playing little soulful fills. And we do that replacing the second part of the lick. I will give an example and then 3 options what you can play, and you will immediately sound wonderful. Like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 1 B. What did I play? So you see, instead of, we play a little fill. Now, what can you play? I make suggestions, just offers you cannot refuse. Like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. tremolo, for example. Ray Charles does that all the time. If he can do it, we can do it. So, hey, what was that? Sneaking in our beloved drone lick, just hitting the C together with notes from the C minor blues scale. Let's test it. It's very powerful. It's actually beyond these central elements. The drone lick is another big soulmate. Okay, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 1 and. Oh, just a wonderful, soulful blues scale lick. It's this one. Yeah. Let's try that one. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh, you can play all sorts of variations. Oh, ba 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 da. And combine these. So there are great, three wonderful possibilities. You could also just, hey, you know this one? Yeah, it's just a variation of this one. But this loosens up things, like your soul should occasionally loosen up, like. You like this? Yeah, that's your practice time now. Okay, now we can bring you can jam on this forever. So it's already, if you want, you can stop here. But we could give this a little form. I forgot one last refinement before I show you like the more moving bass to different chords. Give it a form. Listen to this. 1 and. I was connecting the bass. And if you have some time, you can connect the bass like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you just go to the minor 7, major 7, octave, and then to the 1 again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. You see? Gives it more round sound, giving the bass some movement. Okay, next step. Now that you have internalized the left hand, the offbeats, why not move it through a chord progression? And the fantastic thing is in soul piano, very often, not always, you can stay with the lick while the bass is going through different chord changes. Let's finally approach this bit. We go from 2 to the A to A. That would be possibly A major. We don't care. In the right hand, we just play the root note. C, A, D, which would probably be the D7, and G7. So we have this chain of dominance. And we just do it in the bass. 1 and since we have internalized these syncopations, hey, we're just jumping to different notes. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so it's just a little jump from our previous part to this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and then we just add this little runner. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and Has your thumb ever played 2 notes? Now's the time. Greedy thumb. Okay, so you play 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 once, twice, and now 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and I will explain the 5 chord. First we have the G7 and we have here a little sharp 5. And if you cannot play this, you just play like this. But this one's just a little bit fatter. We have the 7th here, playing it like this. Then you could also play it like this, but I would suggest either like this or like this. Okay, should we try it again? Well, we're just staying for now with the basic lick we learned in the beginning, and if you want to play in filled later, even over this chord movement, you do it at your own risk. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and now comes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Just practicing the second part. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and so on. If you enjoyed this, subscribe if you learned something from me, if you like my way of teaching, and you must check out my soul and funky piano playlist. I would recommend some soul pieces. There are many on my channel, like Ray Charles, What I Say. I recommend some under the video. If you're interested, have a look. Hopefully you discovered your soul today. Have a great day. Bye from Berlin.